All right, we got Alex Lima in studio here, Black Belt Fitness, and helping people, stay in shape. Had an awesome kids camp this summer. My daughter absolutely loved it, and I wish she could have went to more of the classes. But yeah, man, had a great time this summer. It was awesome.
Yeah, so welcome back anytime. Everybody's always welcome. As long as you're a good person, you're welcome through the doors of Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts Club.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
And you're right there on Waters Avenue.
Waters and Benjamin Road, 5638 West Waters Avenue.
West Waters Avenue.
Yeah, right there off the Veterans. The location is excellent. Yeah,
and it's right behind the what's that tire place? Mavis Tire.
Mavis Tire.
A good landmark for you to see there.
Mm-hmm.
Across from the barbecue spot too. That's pretty famous with a lot of veterans.
The Mission Barbecue.
Mission Barbecue.
So nothing against Mission, but there's another one across the street called Jazzy's. That's the place.
It's good too.
That's the one.
I've eaten there.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But so tell us about what you're doing, man. You're doing some pretty cool things, helping people with the fitness side, also martial arts.
Yeah, we do a lot of things. It's really hard to kind of describe in one sitting everything that we do, because we do have the fitness classes, and then we have the self-defense classes, and then I'm actually working on building a competition team right now. I want to go out and get some guys fighting. I have cornered fighters before, which is kind of stepping out of my comfort zone a little more, because I'm always used to being a competitor. Now to be having to stand back and let someone else do the fighting is kind of to be a different challenge for me. But
that's cool.
Down for it. But yeah, we do. We just actually wrapped up as far as the fitness side goes, we did a 60-day challenge. That's something that I try to do throughout the year with people. It's kind of like everybody does like a buy-in, those that want to participate, and that just covers prizes and stuff like that at the end of it.
Cool.
And we do a body fat analysis, measurements with you, and then I kind of prescribe a diet protocol for you to follow, and then we see how you do within 60. You'd be surprised what you can accomplish in 60 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I actually just started the intermittent fasting, so I'm basically just skipping breakfast, trying to wait as long as I can to eat lunch, right?
Yeah, I'm a proponent of it, intermittent fasting. Yeah, I did the 60 days with my people. We actually just wrapped it up. Saturday was our final weigh-in. We did the 60 days.
Nice.
And just myself alone, I want to say I lost 7 pounds and got down, lost another 1.8% body fat.
Wow.
So I'm at like 11% right now. If I wanted to fight, I can probably get down to 9% if I wanted to.
Wow, that's all. Now, is that
discipline.
optimal? Is there a certain body fat percentage that is optimal for competing or just having optimal health?
So I think if you want to be considered an athletic male, you need to be within between 10 and 13%. 10 and 13%. When you look at like a bodybuilder that goes on stage, like your Mr. Olympias and stuff like that, they're at like maybe like a 4 to 6%, maybe lower. But they don't sustain that. Like you cannot sustain like that. They have no energy. It's not. So that's just for like that night that they're on stage, they look like that. Just like when I don't know, when Thor takes his shirt off in the movie, that dude doesn't always look like that. He looks like that for that scene.
And they're painted up. And
yeah. They touch them up big time. But it's not healthy to stay at that range. But a healthy athletic range, like somebody that's really lean and in good shape, I'd say is around between like 9 and 13% is really, really ideal. Yeah, that's for males. Females, obviously, you carry a little bit more body fat on you. So.
That's cool. Yep. Yeah, so we got that company with Ken Shamrock and Des Woodruff, but they launched that Valor BK, the Valor Bare Knuckle. Did you happen to catch that on Saturday? I missed it.
I saw some highlights of it. Yeah, I'm not against the bare knuckle boxing. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Because for me, bare knuckle, the way I grew up, like it's not a sport. It's for if you have to settle, your differences or whatever.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. They're more damage. It's not safe for the fighter because even the winner, the likelihood that you're going to damage your hands. You're going to be out for a while from fighting. At least with MMA, you have 4 to 6 ounce gloves. You have a little bit of, the MMA gloves. They're small. They're to protect not you getting hit, but to protect your hands from breaking your skull. On the person's skull from hitting them. Because the early fights when people weren't wearing protection, these guys were breaking their hands and they couldn't fight for months and months. How are you making money? What are you doing now?
And it was a tournament too. So how are you going to go the next round?
Multiple guys. Exactly. There were guys they hit a guy one time and that's it. They couldn't continue, and they might have been the man that night. So it's unsafe.
We're talking with Alex Lima here. Black Belt Fitness is his company, and right here in Tampa Bay. So you help not only fighters, but if there's anybody that wants to utilize your gym and your the dojo,
training room,
for getting in shape, helping them get in shape.
Yeah, absolutely. We do fitness training and self. Matter of fact, this Friday we have I'm doing a free self-defense clinic specifically geared towards hospital staff, security, and EMS personnel.
Nice. Okay.
To kind of go over control tactics that they can utilize, because I've been a paramedic and a firefighter for many years, and then just growing up the way I grew up, there's been many times where I've had to use control tactics. And when you work in these fields, you can't just like even if someone's attacking you, I'm sure you can probably attest to this. I couldn't just bludgeon a guy just because a guy on drugs attacks me, because then I'm going to potentially lose my license because we took it too far. So you have to be able to keep yourself safe, be able to go home and see your family at the end of the night, but still be able to control and meet the level of force that is coming your way.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's not taught, and,
Sure.
and I think it's very important.
Absolutely.
I myself personally twice this week have had to use control tactics.
Are you serious?
In my other job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how much I can disclose about what went
Yeah.
down, but I'm not in any trouble for it. I didn't,
As long as you don't use names.
Don't use names. We'll call him Bob.
Yeah.
No, you just, the thing with that is you have to be able to meet the level of force that's coming your way.
Right. Yeah.
And being trained, I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough that I have that level of control. Of course, my instinct is to want to jump in and start just going,
Right.
but I have to stop and the point is you need to meet the level of force that's coming.
Yeah,
that's coming
and
your
it's
way.
good to do that because
But you can only do that if you're trained to be able to do so.
Right, and I tell you, training with you for the 6 or 8 times that we did, there's definitely another level, and there's also things that you don't know that you need to know, especially living today. I mean, it's a dangerous world that we're in, and there's a lot of things that you can learn from Alex Lima that will actually save your life or the life of your children or a loved one. So we want you reaching out to Black Belt Fitness. What's the best way to connect with you online? Facebook?
Yeah, you can always call 813-426-1588. You can look at the Facebook, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts Club. And then also you can Google us. We got plenty of 5-star reviews, and we're not hard to find.
Awesome. All right. Hey, when we come back, more from our expert contributors. Here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Attorney Jason Coble.
It's a little off subject for me, but I had something interesting happen
Okay.
this past weekend, a parenting mishap.
Okay.
So I'm watching my Steelers, and it's been a rough season this far. Terrible game. They almost made history. They're almost the first team to lose a game with a +4 turnover advantage, but their last turnover only made it +3. So anyway, they're terrible. They're 0-3.
Oh, man.
So I'm into my Steeler game. My wife packing for our trip to Hawaii we're going to take.
Nice.
And we bought our son a new iPad. And the last one, we had it all locked down, where I had the parental controls. Anything he did, I had to put my fingerprint.
Yep.
Somehow that got switched.
Uh-oh.
Because at the end of the night, I get a email message saying I might have only have $500 left in my card. And I'm like, what's going on? My son spent $4,700 in the span of 3 days on a game.
Oh,
and
no.
I should have, because during the football game, it's like, Dad, I can't lose to anybody. It's like, it's a robot fighting game. And I'm like, yeah, good job, man.
He's maxed out his level. He's totally souped out.
That's hilarious.
So now I'm fighting. I want my money back, obviously. I'm like, I didn't give him consent, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I might have to sue him.
I threatened that.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen, but lesson learned. You got to make sure that parental control is on there.
Wow.
And it could have been something worse with all the craziness these days.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that was, I can't believe it was that much.
Yeah. That is crazy. He must have been buying all the extra suits and all the extra armor or whatever.
And then I was yelling at them, like, don't you have some kind of indicator system after the 20th time in the span of 10 minutes? But
right.
Yeah, but you're like the world's greatest dad right now because you give your kid this amazing robot.
I know. Yeah, he invested $5,000 in his fake robot.
All on his own.
Oh, my goodness.
A smart kid. Keep him.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's got game for sure.
And you also got your other game, too.
Oh,
so
I wish somebody would do that with mine. There you go.
Yeah, you got that casino game that you started. Pretty cool.
Never had $4,700 spent on it, but that's all right.
Not yet.
All right, we got Tampa Screens and Aluminum in the house. Fred Muth, a.k.a. the Tin Man.
I listen to Jason so often on the radio, I'm afraid he's going to bill me. Are you going to do that or what?
No, never.
Okay. You're pretty good. Very entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, I'm going to throw a plug at you, Brandon. Little less than a year ago, you handled the sale of one of our properties.
Wow.
Flawless.
Thank you.
The deal went through smooth. Just
Appreciate
want to tell
that,
you
man.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back to Tampa Screens and Aluminum. In our business, I find that a lot of homeowners do not want to ask enough questions regarding the project, and that hurts the entire deal. I welcome the questions. My best customers are, when I walk in, they've got a list. And if they've got that list, I know that I'm in good standing with that customer, because basically we're covering everything. Whatever I forget to tell them, they've already covered with me. It's beautiful. There's nothing worse in the construction industry than having a surprise on the back end.
Yeah.
And that happens. It
All the
happens
time.
quite often.
All the time it happens.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, just keep asking the questions. And if your representative is apprehensive about answering the questions, find another representative.
Absolutely. Great stuff there. Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts Club.
Yeah, man, just everybody needs to take their health, fitness, and their wellness more seriously. You only get one body, you get one life. So if you ruin it, that's it. That's all you got, right? So, learn a little bit of self-defense, eat a little bit better, get a little bit of training. There's no downside to it. There's absolutely no negative to it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Wake up a half hour early or whatever you have to do.
Whatever.
Get that workout in. I think sometimes too, we get it in our head. Oh, I got to spend an hour. I don't have an hour in the gym. Just go for 20 minutes.
Something's better than nothing.
Get the heart rate up.
Something is better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So for my nuggets of advice here, I love to talk about negotiation. Giving a shout out to Chris Voss, FBI lead international hostage negotiator, who's been on the show, and his book is Never Split the Difference. So I take a lot of the lessons from his book, but he talks a lot about the negotiation strategy, and it comes down to different tactics and strategies that you can utilize. Number one is a mirror. By utilizing a mirror, you're simply going to repeat the last 1 to 3 words of what that counterpart said. When you do that, it's always going to happen that they're going to elaborate more and fill in the blanks more for you. So what does that do as a negotiator? Gives you more information, right? That's what you want to know. You want to have information. Number 2, don't feel their pain. You want to label it, right? So you want to label their pain. It seems like, it feels like, it looks like, it sounds like. By saying those things, you're putting yourself in an empathetic position, and you're not giving them a target to attack, because you didn't say that. You just said it sounds like or it seems like, right? So that's going to open you up, and that's going to get you into a position where now you can target a little bit better. You're going to go in with calibrated questions, okay? Calibrated or open-ended questions. When you utilize open-ended questions in your negotiation, it's going to allow you to move that counterpart slowly to the end result that you're looking for. And you want to make sure you utilize questions like, how am I supposed to do that? What's the core issue here? How does this affect things? Any kind of open-ended question that's going to help you understand more of where your counterpart is coming from, because if you can get them to a point where they say that's right instead of you're right, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be looking very optimistic at a good closure to your negotiation and what you're looking for, because you want to say no without saying the word no. So there's a couple of strategies for you: mirrors, labels, open-ended questions, and thanks, a big shout out to Chris Voss. Never Split the Difference is his book. Jason, give us some more tips. We got about a minute left here. Some other top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom.
It's way too easy these days to keep an eye on your credit report. They have some really Credit Karma is one of them, and a lot of these services are free. And if you have anything on your credit report that you don't feel belongs there, especially a debt collection, give me a call. I pretty much guarantee we'll get it taken off.
Yeah, I love that. And I've heard it said that 99.9% of credit reports have some type of an error on them.
They do.
There's some kind of a typo. They got some number wrong, some account wrong. So that's an area that we help you here with the show as well. So, hey, another great show. I want you reaching out. We'd love to hear any questions. Anything you heard today, if you want to be connected to our expert contributors, all you have to do is raise your hand and give us a call at 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number, 813-670-7372. And make sure you follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Consumer Quarterback Show page out there. And if you yourself are a business owner and you want to be interested in potentially coming on and appearing on our show, we would love to talk to you. We have opportunities to bring business owners on here, the program. So if you're listening to the airwaves, or maybe someone you know or love is interested in that, reach out again, consumerqb.com. You can submit an email form at consumerqb.com. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.